Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, I am recapping Mr. Dennis Byron's live that he just did on Instagram. I will, of course, link his socials in the description box so you can follow him and stay up to date with everything that he's reporting regarding the Cardi B defamation lawsuit case against Tasha K. As we are in day 7 of this trial. I'm not sure whether or not he's going to save the live. If he does save the Instagram live, I will be sure to link that for you. And keep in mind, those of you that if you ever have trouble looking at the live, it could be because you're not logged into your Instagram account. So just keep that in mind. If he does save the live, you will have to be logged into Instagram to actually see it. so there's that. So essentially, remember, we were delayed Monday and really Tuesday afternoon because the defendant, the incompetence of them, not being able to vet out the appropriate evidence that they were trying to submit into evidence, things that were already admissible back at the pretrial conference. So once all of that got sorted out, finally we resumed court today. And this morning, Tasha K, the defendant, she takes the stand. So I'm up here thinking, okay, what is going to be the evidence? What is going to be the smoking gun that Mr. Dennis Byron is going to tell us that this defense has? So guess what the defense does? The defense decides to play the entire 90-minute audio of Tasha K and Lovely T. And mind you, parts of this video was already played in Cardi B's on the plaintiff side. Cardi B's attorneys already isolated certain portions of this 90-minute video that they specifically wanted the jury to hear for their side of the case. However, for some reason, Tasha K's defense team decided it was a good idea to play all 90 minutes of this in front of the jury. But there are several problems. There are problems because Lovely T did not know that Tasha K was recording her. So that's problem number one, because a lot of her reactions essentially could be manipulated reactions because Tasha K was recording her and Tasha K planned on recording her to have this particular call. So that is just awful. So, and there's a lot of leading questions because Tasha K is trying to paint a certain narrative. So it looks sus to the jury when you're hearing a call like that, where you could tell somebody is not having a genuine phone call with somebody, but they're having a phone call to push a certain agenda, to have a certain narrative. And that's a problem. Because at the time, Lovely T did not know that she was being recorded by Tasha K. And then you have to ask yourself, like Mr. Dennis Byron was saying, what is the motivation behind recording a call? Because if you know in advance that you're recording a call, you know in advance what you want to say and what you want that call to, what you want the outcome of that call to be, essentially. And so then now certain responses by Lovely T, that's manipulated, that's altered because of the way Tasha K is presenting certain things in that phone call. And so, Mr. Dennis Byron said it's very vulgar. The call was very vulgar. Tasha K kept saying on there, we're two Black women doing our own thing, as if trying to, and that was the other damaging thing. Tasha K kept saying we on this recorded phone call that Lovely T knew nothing about, as if to present the picture that her and Lovely T were on the same page, that they were on one accord. But how can you be on one accord if your supposed friend is recording you without your knowledge? And so then I think there's some portions in there about Storm in this call. And if that is true, and if that is the case, if I am Cardi B's attorneys, I would call that out, because Tasha K actually just had a public falling out with Storm a couple of days ago. And what's funny about that is I had already said in a previous video that, Storm had admitted to doing the YouTube fallout, for clout, for views, for money, or what have you. And Tasha K, of course, admitted on the stand that she's doing all of this slander and defamatory things against Cardi B for fame, clout, attention, and money and everything else. But also on that fallout, when Tasha K, they got her on the phone, and it's on YouTube, Tasha K admits to Storm that she has recordings. So again, this is like a theme with Tasha K, with recording people without their knowledge, which isn't okay. Because she was putting stuff out there about Storm that either he did know or was sus on how she would know. And she's like, oh yeah, I have some recordings. So if I'm Cardi B's attorneys, I would be calling that out, that this is a pattern that she has of recording people without their knowledge. And then basically using it as evidence later if the inevitable happens, if they inevitably fall out, or if there's inevitably drama. So it's not a good look at all, because all of this obviously was orchestrated by Tasha K. It's like, what are you recording? What would be the point of recording somebody? If you're recording somebody, that would indicate to me that you don't trust them. The only instance, since we're currently in a pandemic, that it would make sense to record something is, say you have a work call or a Zoom meeting or that sort of thing, and you're recording things so that you can go back and, maybe reference certain things that were pointed out in the meeting, because maybe you didn't take all of the notes or something like that, but everybody's aware that the meeting's being recorded. Or that you are taking an online class and maybe your professor forgets to record the class or something of that nature, or maybe recorded a portion of the class but not all of the class, and you want to go back and listen to that Zoom or listen to, whatever that took place in that class. That's completely different from recording an actual person, a friend, or a colleague, or somebody that you are just having any type of phone calls with, and you are knowingly recording them without their knowledge. And you already have it set up to the certain things that you want to ask, certain information you want to present, so that it can push a narrative, so that you can share that audio with other people to make it seem as though you have people on your side. And that is completely horrendous. So, again, that I feel is damaging. And that's the other thing. Tasha K's attorneys didn't think about the fact that this is not only damaging to Tasha K because of the fact that she's recording people without their knowledge, but also, again, it's the same vulgar language that she was using and the things that she said about Cardi B in the first place in her initial videos. It's a continuation of the same thing. And so then one thing that Mr. Dennis Byron also pointed out in the note-taking is, everybody was taking copious notes when Cardi's attorneys were presenting their case. And it sounds like from Dennis Byron's reporting from this Instagram Live, it sounds like from this 90-minute video, you would think that the jury, okay, maybe we're going to take notes or this and that. But because of just how in your face the audio was and the circumstances involved with this video, they were just looking there. They were just looking with no sense of energy, just looking bored, just looking tired. Like, when is this going to be over? And then in the video is discussion about Star Marie Jones, and also, like I mentioned earlier, Storm and the Star Marie video. So a lot of this video really had nothing to do with Cardi B in the grand scheme of things. And so really the only thing was Tasha K was trying to refute some of the things, I guess, that was said by Storm. And then Tasha K kept, again saying in this audio that, her and Lovely T had a right to believe Star Marie Jones. And so here's the thing. Now you're trying to put Lovely T in your mess. You're trying to present her as if she's a co-conspirator with you, as if she has the same views as you, because you keep saying we. And so basically the, consensus, at least from Mr. Dennis Byron's perspective, was this call was awkward. The audio was awkward. Like, everything about this was awkward. And I just don't know what the thought process is on Tasha K's attorneys, unless Olga saw the review, or saw Tasha K's review and just said, bump it. I'm just going to play this audio and sink my client. Like, I don't know what the defense is doing at this point. I have no clue what is going on. But the problem is, the issue is, the judge is ready for this case to be wrapped up. Like Dave Chappelle, wrap it up. like let's go. Let's wrap it up. You're taking too long. We're dragging this out too long. Wrap it up. So allegedly, Mr. Dennis Byron said that the judge wants there to be a charge to the jury, wants the jury to, reconvene and come back with, something. So if that's the case, then that means that they're cutting short the defense's, time. That they're basically saying, hey, we only want you to spend the rest of this afternoon and potentially tomorrow morning. But other than that, we're wrapping this up. This is over. And so again, Mr. Dennis Byron reiterated that the transcripts of this trial will be available at the conclusion. And it just sounds like it's going to be a hot mess. And it sounds like there are going to be several more people that have a reason to go at Tasha K. Especially people who have been recorded by Tasha K without their knowledge. And so then the only other couple of things that were mentioned was that, per the audio, Lovely T in the audio was saying that Tasha K would do anything for success, which again just speaks to some of the methods that she is going to do that are low down, like recording somebody who's supposed to be a friend to her and recording them without their knowledge. You're doing anything to become successful, even lying on people, recording people without their knowledge, and who knows what else. There's no bottom for you. There's no level that you won't sink to get what you want if it means that you are going to get success. And then also Lovely T cried in the video, because she thought, of course, maybe she was being attacked, but she didn't know that Tasha K was recording her. So she's crying, trying to be a supportive friend to Tasha K, not knowing that Tasha K is recording her. So it's manipulative. It's manipulative. It is trying to guilt trip Lovely T. And now it's just awful. I don't know who thought this was a good idea to do this. But again, according to Mr. Dennis Byron, he doesn't, feel, in his opinion, that there was much weight in that call. So that was pretty much the conclusion, though, of the live. So let me know what you guys think, because this is just wild. There's over 200 or some odd people that were in the Instagram live, and I think at that point, Mr. Dennis Byron was taking questions. So, but this is just awful. This is just bad. Honestly, if I was the defense at this point, I would just rest. There's no defense, because Tasha K has already admitted under oath that she knowingly lied about Cardi B, and she still wanted the clout, the views, and the money. And Tasha K also admitted that she was not going to take down the videos until, quote, the white people tell her to. And then also admitted that she wasn't going to take down the videos because of how much money she was making, and how, this is part of her success and everything else. also admitted that there was all these businesses, and then her husband gets on the stand and refutes her testimony and says, you know, the complete opposite of things that she said. So there's just so much going on. There is just so much going on already that if I'm the defense, I just rest at this point. Because you have nothing. You have nothing to present. The whole purpose of your defense is to defend why Tasha K would say that Cardi B has herpes. Defend why Tasha K would say that Cardi B has HPV. Defend why Tasha K would discuss the beer bottle thing. Defend why Tasha K would call Cardi B a prostitute. Those are what it means to defend yourself if you are being sued for specific things. Having a defense on why you would say Cardi B is cheating on Offset. Like for each of the claims, for the defamation, for the invasion of privacy, for the slander, for everything that Cardi B is suing you for. Where is your defense of everything and the why that you said it? That is what it means to defend yourself. But the problem is, last week you already admitted that you knew it wasn't true. And still ran with it anyways because of the views that you knew it was going to get on your channel. And instead of trying to find ways to defend yourself for, you know, this week for your defense, you guys tried to pivot and tried to grasp at straws and try to pull race and try to pull up, you know, Cardi B's other cases that are not relevant, trying to paint Cardi B as violent, just grasping for straws at all of these other things that have nothing to do with this lawsuit, and even presenting things that maybe you thought would work in your countersuit, but again, were not relevant. So I see why the judge is like, skip this, because he already said that he wanted to put a complaint to the bar because of just how incompetent this defense team is. So maybe they did this to kill time. Like, I just don't even know anymore. I don't even know what their thought process is anymore. Because nothing that they have done up until this point has made any sense. Like, you have no witnesses. You have nothing to defend yourself against the actual lawsuit claims. So why are you wasting everybody's time? Wrap it up. Wrap it up. So that is all my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Those of you guys, if it's your first time viewing my channel, welcome. I will have all of the videos pertaining to the court updates of this defamation lawsuit case against Tasha K. All of the days in trial are in a special playlist that I have on my channel that give all of the up-to-date information, because there's only a handful of people who are recapping what is actually happening in this courtroom, and Mr. Dennis Byron is one of them, and I have been up to date with all of the updates that he has provided on this case. So please feel free to check out that playlist if you've missed anything up until this point. If you missed last week and what took place last week, or if you missed what happened yesterday or earlier in the week, there's an entire playlist devoted specifically to what has taken place in the courtroom, so that you guys can, you know, get updated with what's happening and get acclimated. Those of you who have been back multiple times, and for the supporters and everybody else, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful and thankful and appreciative of each and every single one of you. You guys are amazing people. Blessings to each and every single one of you. I try to read all of your comments when I get some time, but the overwhelming amount of support and positivity in the comments is everything, and it just speaks to the reflection of, you know, the energy and everything else that is being reciprocated, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again soon. I will definitely talk to you guys again later if we get an update on what took place this afternoon. I'm sure it's going to be some shenanigans and a circus. So can't wait. Talk to you guys again. Have an amazing rest of your day.